Dr. Markus Rechlin starts his mornings with water, meditation, and light exercise before diving into the dual worlds of investment and executive coaching. From his Hamburg office, the managing director of MAREVEST Beteiligungs GmbH has crafted a business model that combines strategic capital deployment with hands-on leadership development. I deploy my expertise in enterprise leadership and development in two areas: co-investing directly in mid-sized companies that have a strong outlook and leadership, and supporting leadership teams of mid-sized companies with coaching and consulting in strategic and people leadership, Rechlin says. The Berlin-born executive has built a career spanning mechanical engineering, management consulting, private equity, and operational leadership across multiple industries. His journey from business area manager at Dragerwerk to executive vice president at Bain Capital, followed by CEO roles and his current investment focus, reflects a consistent thread of developing companies through strategic and cultural transformation. Rechlin's approach differs from traditional investment models. Rather than working with a full-time in-house team, he collaborates with independent partners on a project-by-project basis, often remotely. This flexibility allows him to pursue investment opportunities while simultaneously providing leadership coaching to executive teams. His current focus includes search fund investments in Germany, where he works with young searchers and their support teams who seek both investment capital and leadership support. The combination of financial backing and operational guidance represents his belief that successful businesses require both strong fundamentals and effective leadership. From engineering to executive leadership, the path from mechanical engineering to investment leadership began at RWTH Aachen University, where Markus Rechlin earned his doctorate in mechanical engineering after completing his initial studies at the University of Hanover. His academic foundation, supported by prestigious scholarships from the Studienstiftung des Deutschen Volkes at both institutions, provided the analytical framework that would later inform his systematic approach to business development. Growing up across Berlin, Trier, and Kiel before completing his Abitur at Kieler Gelehrtenschule, Rechlin developed early exposure to different environments and perspectives that would prove valuable in his later work with diverse organizations and leadership teams. His engineering education emphasized rigorous problem-solving methodologies and systematic analysis, skills that would transfer directly to his subsequent roles in management consulting and private equity. Rechlin's early career at Dragerwerk presented immediate leadership challenges. Transitioning from project leadership at Boston Consulting Group to managing approximately 200 employees in the intensive care business unit required rapid adaptation to operational management. Being thrown into the ice-cold water of operational management, I was overwhelmed by the exhaustive interaction with the people who reported to me, Rechlin says. I quickly realized the importance of interpersonal interactions in operational management and the need to step out of my comfort zone. His response involved intensive relationship building across all levels of the organization. Rather than relying solely on hierarchical structures, he spent weeks engaging with employees in R&D, product management, marketing, and production to understand their perspectives and concerns. This experience shaped his fundamental conviction that successful leadership begins with assembling the right team and fostering trust within that group. The Dragerwerk years established Rechlin's framework for entering new leadership situations: understand the people and business thoroughly, build the right leadership team, and create clear direction with defined responsibilities and resources. Private equity and strategic development. Rechlin's transition to private equity at Bain Capital expanded his perspective on business development across multiple industries and geographies. Working from London and Munich, he applied his operational experience to portfolio company development while learning from diverse leadership teams and market conditions. The Bain Capital experience introduced him to Steve Barnes, who became a significant influence on his leadership philosophy. Barnes' approach of empowering team members while monitoring results through external feedback demonstrated the effectiveness of trust-based management. Steve's approach to monitoring my contribution involved interviewing executives from the portfolio companies I worked with to understand their experiences working with me, Rechlin says. As long as the feedback was positive, he didn't dig into details of how I spent my time. This model of empowerment combined with accountability would later influence Rechlin's own management style during his CEO tenure and current coaching work. The experience taught him that effective leadership involves providing clear direction while allowing people maximum autonomy in execution. His private equity years also exposed him to the importance of both quantitative analysis and qualitative factors in business success. While financial metrics and strategic positioning remain crucial, He observed that sustainable growth requires attention to leadership quality and organizational culture. Building MAREVEST and adapting strategy. The creation of MAREVEST Beteiligungs GmbH in 2017 represented Rechlin's synthesis of operational leadership experience with investment competence. I had the dream and vision that financial investments in companies with strong leadership and culture would lead to higher than average returns, Rechlin says. And that leadership support focused on people and culture would further fuel the success. The original approach involved hiring a team of analysts to develop frameworks, templates, and survey tools for evaluating companies primarily in German markets. While some investments proved profitable, Rechlin discovered two critical limitations. Strong leadership and culture only create value when combined with favorable market conditions and overall business strengths, and assessing leadership and culture from the outside proves unreliable. Most companies are good at selling themselves as people and culture focused, while the reality often is different, he says. This realization led to a fundamental business model transformation. Rather than maintaining a full-time analytical team, MAREVEST now operates with a network of independent partners engaged on specific projects. The investment focus broadened to include mid-sized companies with strong outlooks and leadership across German-speaking countries. The pivot preserved the valuable intellectual capital developed during the initial phase. The comprehensive playbook, framework, and toolbox created by the original team continues to inform both investment decisions and coaching engagements. Systematic approach to business transformation. When beginning work with new companies, investments, or executive teams, Dr. Markus Rechlin employs a systematic methodology developed through decades of experience across diverse industries and organizational contexts. His approach prioritizes thorough understanding before attempting to implement changes, reflecting his engineering background and consulting experience in creating structured frameworks for complex business challenges. The initial phase focuses intensively on understanding both the company and the people involved, recognizing that sustainable transformation requires deep insight into both business fundamentals and human dynamics. Understanding the company includes a bouquet, Rechlin says. It starts with the cornerstones of the business, including the customer needs and problems, how the product and service offering and the business model address these needs and issues, and what the value proposition and USPs look like. The people assessment component concentrates primarily on the top leadership team, particularly C-level executives, recognizing that organizational transformation success depends heavily on leadership capability and commitment. After completing a comprehensive understanding of both business and people factors, the next phase involves setting a clear direction for organizational development. The highest priority involves ensuring optimal top leadership team composition, potentially including new executive assignments and confirming that individuals bring relevant talent and experience while fitting together effectively for collaborative success. Business direction setting focuses on prioritizing relevant development levers and defining specific development initiatives for key priorities. This process requires careful attention not only to activity definition, milestone establishment, and KPI goal setting but also to responsibility clarification and resource allocation for successful implementation. Implementation begins once direction is established, with regular progress reviews and maintained readiness to learn and adapt initiatives based on emerging information and changing conditions. Throughout this systematic process, Rechlin emphasizes the importance of maintaining flexibility and openness to unexpected opportunities while following the structured approach. This balance between systematic methodology and opportunistic responsiveness reflects his experience that successful business development requires both disciplined analysis and adaptive execution. The comprehensive framework developed through his MAREVEST experience includes detailed templates, checklists, and assessment tools that support systematic analysis while allowing customization for specific industry contexts and organizational situations. This intellectual capital, originally developed for the initial MAREVEST investment approach, continues to inform both investment decisions and consulting engagements. His current book project aims to make these methodologies and insights available to a broader audience of executives seeking to lead companies consciously and develop them holistically. Dr. Markus Rechlin advises future professionals. For professionals entering engineering, business leadership, or private equity, Markus Rechlin emphasizes the importance of early self-reflection to understand personal purpose and identity. My advice would be to practice self-reflection early on to understand who you are and what the ultimate purpose of your life on Earth is, he says. Usually, expectations and specifications from others influence us to a high degree, and we don't even realize it because 95% or more of our emotional and behavioral reactions and routines run subconsciously. His counsel extends beyond professional considerations to encompass comprehensive personal development across what he describes as the 4 essential human dimensions: body, mind, heart, and soul. Cultivating all these elements together enables individuals to deploy their full potential rather than operating from limited perspectives or capabilities.